All right, everybody, welcome to this week's episode of BuzzBoys Podcast. And this week, we're actually starting off with...
We got a lot of stuff. Well,
Pokemon. But before we open this up, before we get loud, can we get an intro to everybody? Who's to my right here?
Matty Boy. Matt.
All right, and all the way to the left?
Johnny Boy.
And
what's up?
Our boy in the corner?
Downy Diesel.
Very good. And I'm Drew behind the camera.
Big handsome man.
And this week we're gonna start off the pod by actually opening up our Pokemon card.
That's
and
right.
Can you describe for us, Matt,
Well,
what
this might be a little underwhelming because I've made it to the mountaintop.
Yeah.
I pulled Shiny VMAX Charizard has been pulled. We're talking about $1,000 plus card.
Pulled it
2
days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So it's still fresh. But we're just gonna go with a cold opening here and see if we can get a rare now. Right?
Let's do it.
Is there a special trick to this evolution so you can tell the people?
So this one's a little older. So how we do these ones, we go. Here, look, I'll show you right now.
And that's completely sealed too. We're not
this
faking
one's
this.
completely
So whatever
sealed.
we pull is our reaction.
Just a little. Oh, green card's bad sign. We want the white and green ones. So these ones are older. So we go 3 to the back.
Start with a trainer, I believe, right?
It's usually a trainer, right? Yes.
Okay.
So we did it right.
Let's do it.
So we go here.
Metapod. Oh.
Ooh, dude, that's actually kind of sick looking.
What is it? A trainer?
It was a
Yeah,
trainer
it's
card.
like a spirit link. Energy. You should get a holographic here at least.
Okay.
Oh,
Holographic
sweet.
energy.
Yeah.
Holographic
And
energy.
a star.
And a star.
That's it.
A
That's
little
it.
bit of a bust, but
That's
it's
it.
Hey,
So-
it's
Alright,
part of the
cool.
game.
Hey,
Hey.
you win some and you lose some, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's all
Also,
part of the game.
he just hit a peak, so we're not gonna.
Yeah,
we're,
so it's like
yeah,
nothing-
doing 2 out at once.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
So, like-
come on.
Yeah.
This
That's
kid's
too
basically like basically Thanos farming potatoes at this point. 'Cause
Yeah.
He already did the job. He's already got his stones.
All I'm doing is just watching the sunset.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
Exactly.
doing.
All right, so we're gonna cut the video here. But all right, nice. So now we can get into our scheduled program.
Yeah.
Which
Back
we
to
have
our
a lot
scheduled
to go.
programming.
Exactly.
We have a lot today.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
We do have a lot today, so I'm gonna try not to keep us here on the homework assignment, but I am your teacher this week.
To get started.
Senpai.
Yes.
I am your teacher this
Can we
week.
get a review? What was it?
I asked you guys to watch 6 Underground on Netflix with Ryan Reynolds, and
Fucking love that guy.
Yeah.
it was a good movie. It flew under the radar, in my opinion. Flew under the radar, in my opinion. So, should I give him a refresher on like what it's about, or should we just get into it?
Let's go spoiler free, like we normally do. Let's for the people. I mean, it is a 2-year-old movie, but like,
It is,
it's still
yeah.
relatively
Yeah.
new. For the most part. So let's go. Do you have a spoiler free questions at all, or do you?
No, actually, my first question was just a general thought on the movie. What did you guys think?
So let's
of the
do
movie?
it spoiler free.
So
Well,
we'll go
I'll-
down to Matt first. We'll go down the line.
Well, I'll go first. Spoiler free. I thought it was just one of those like badass, just action movies.
Yeah, definitely out
I-
of the gate. Yeah.
I liked the cast a lot. It left me with a lot of questions because I just wanted to know more about Ryan Reynolds, which I think that was kind of the objective too,
Yeah.
because he comes out being a lot of things, and everyone's like, oh well, how'd you learn to do that, like, or once he just has all this money, well, which he kind of explains that, but it left me wanting to know more about the cast. But overall, I thought it was just one of those just cool action-packed movies.
Yeah, it was definitely gas from the start.
Yeah, it's just gasolina.
True.
My opinion, it was so weird. So I did like the action. The action was, I mean, easily the best part of the movie. If it
Yeah,
was-
Action.
That's pretty much what they were going.
For the-
Steven Spielberg, right?
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. Such a Michael Bay.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
Michael
Oh my
Bay.
God,
You know,
yeah.
and clearly Michael Bay.
Just
You know,
Michael
like
Bay in
very-
your face
written
everywhere.
all over,
yeah.
constant explosions, constant like shooting, constant back and forth.
That's Michael Bay.
To remain spoiler free, in my opinion, it was a little too action heavy. I think there was so much that could have been more developed, but it was like constant, like boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
like just constant beat after beat, like just stuff always going on. And there were such interesting characters that they could have like explored them a little bit more, their personalities, like who they are, why they were. They touch up very, very lightly on
And,
what it was, but then right away they're just kind of into the story, But overall, if you're into action and explosions, this is the movie for
shooting guns.
Yeah, I would say like Drew's take like kind of like blends into mine to where like I thought it was really good, badass movie, ton of action, great action on top of that, like and they had like dope scenes too, like they had a couple things in like China and like just
okay, Tokyo.
So you can say it.
Yeah, but like
it's not spoiler.
But like it was like because like they just had great shots all over the place, and I thought that was cool. But like what caught me off guard was like I thought the action was like really gonna carry, because like this movie, but then the characters were like really good.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to see like a lot.
Yeah, no two
characters. Of the characters.
Yeah, no two characters are the same. And I think touching up on that, you failed. No. I think basically, I think one of the main reasons why I don't dive into it too much at first is because they are technically like ghosts. So I think that was the whole point. Yeah. I think moving forward, they might do that something a little more. But the kind of like 1B question was, what was your thought on like the plot of the situation where they're just dead to the world?
So I'll start that off. I think it was really cool, because like you said, they're
Are we gonna go into the spoilers?
No, not yet.
No, okay.
Not yet. We'll go. Let's go at least like 12, and then we'll jump into spoilers.
Okay.
10 to 12.
Yeah. Okay.
So I like that they're like, that's the big thing about this movie is they're considered ghosts. That's not a spoiler. But like otherwise, like I don't know. It gives them. How do I say it without spoilers? Yeah, it gives them freedom. Yeah, that's the best way.
They're not bound by any type of restrictions.
That's the best way I could say it. Yeah, and they just essentially become this sort of their own like secret black ops squad. Is what it is.
Yeah, like kind of like their own like vigilante group.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of like seeing them as.
I kind of just basically a billionaire. This is actually in the whole synopsis part. It's just a billionaire taking action upon his own because he has the resources, tech, and all that stuff. Yeah. To do so and to actually quote unquote do some good, like some actual good.
Yeah.
And he does have a quote, and this isn't a spoiler, where he says that it's like we're actually going after bad people, not just whoever our government says is bad.
Yeah.
We are actually going after bad people.
That's what he tells Blaine. He says, I'll never tell you not to pull the trigger.
No,
because these people are actually some... And obviously, there was a reason why they went after this guy.
Yeah, no, I thought that the whole mission, too, the scale of it was, like, it made sense, and it gave you kind of the perspective of how good they really are and what they're trying to do, and then what like kind of change they're trying to go for too.
It also kind of shows, in my opinion, how like America is a free place, right? But we're still bound to like government restrictions and laws and stuff like that. Where these guys aren't, and they pretty much have the main resource, which is money, and because of the guy, I'm not gonna get into it yet. But it kind of gives them that like true freedom to kind of just do exactly whatever they need to.
And then same thing to touch upon what John said, like it allows them to go to different locations, which is shown throughout the movie. They're not spoilers, but they go through like Italy and other places that are very exotic, very nice, and of course it's a sort of a trait of Michael Bay, to show off these nice places, as well entwined as nice cars, and that's also a big thing, and explosions, a ton of explosions, but like you do get to see a lot of everything, like a lot of places, a lot of cars, a lot of people, a lot of events, so it's really nice, and like I said, that's why I was like it's a lot of movie where like
it comes out hot from the gate, so there isn't really that much development and everything. And they kind of try, but it's just a lot on the mission that they're doing that they don't really get to touch up on so much. What is your opinion on the plot that they're just dead to the world?
I think it's pretty cool, and like I just thought it was like cool that it like gave this group like the freedom to just do what they want and to go about doing good things their own way and without being like kept back by some like government or like some bigger group or anything. Like they were pretty much, or well, I don't know if this is like a spoiler, but like they kind of pick who they go after, right?
No, that's not a spoiler.
That's not a spoiler.
Yeah, no, and I thought that was pretty badass.
All right, so at this point we will be getting into spoiler territory. So if you haven't seen the movie, what was it called again? 6 Underground.
6 Underground,
skip ahead to the video because we will be getting into spoilers of the movie. But we're just gonna talk about it in general. So this is your final spoiler warning. We're gonna get into it. So skip ahead. All right, go ahead now.
Okay, so real quick, before we brush up on more of the movie, I just want your guys' opinions on the characters. So each one had an individual trait. 1 was a billionaire. 2 was the CIA spook. 3 was...
yeah, that bitch was badass.
Oh, yeah.
Kami?
She's badass.
Yeah.
She was like female James Bond.
3 was the hitman. 4 was the Skywalker.
Right.
5 was the medic. 6 was the driver. Rest in peace.
Yo, that was my favorite character.
Yeah. And for those of you who haven't seen the movie or don't care about spoilers and are just listening, the Skywalker basically it's a parkour guy.
Yeah.
Like everything else is kind of explanatory. Like the CIA spook is just like an agent, good with guns and good with their mouth. And then what else was there?
The sniper.
The sniper.
The driver was 6.
And 6 was the driver. That's right.
6 just died 10 minutes into the movie.
Dude, that shit I was like.
And how it goes into the movie, like they're doing all these sick moves. By the way, I have something to complain about.
Plus, I liked his dialogue with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and it's Dave Franco.
Dave Franco, dude.
Yeah. Dave Franco.
They had great chemistry, man.
But there's one thing, kind of like Winter Soldier, that I noticed right away. So there's one scene. So they're driving in Italy. Picture this, like listeners, whatever.
Yeah.
Picture this. They're driving in Italy. They're getting away from these agents that are like just loaded with guns, huge black SUVs. They're driving in this real nice, like neon green sports car. I'm not too sure exactly.
Alfa Romero.
Yeah, it was an Alfa Romero.
Yeah. Nice.
And so they're driving down these streets of Italy, like everything's real cramped, everything's like super. There's people everywhere. They're smashing into things. And at one point, there's a shot where like Dave Franco, who's the driver, takes a drift and he like goes slow. It's super slow motion, and a truck like passes by. I don't know if you remember that, but he scrapes the side of the car. He takes out the mirror. He keeps going, and then immediately in the next scene, the mirror is back on. And for the rest of the scene, the mirror's on the whole time.
No way.
The mirror's on. And I was just like...
I didn't even notice that.
Dude,
it happens.
I was like...
Come on, Mike.
Because I felt like that was such a focused on like slow motion shot of them like passing by it. But then like to see it afterwards, I was like, oh man.
I didn't even notice it took off the mirror.
But then they keep going, and then eventually like as he turns, he runs into... With his window open, he runs into a forklift and stabs himself. And I was just like... Like, I was sad, but then they tried to make it sad. Like, they were like, oh, we got to put him out at sea or whatever. And I was like, I don't even know this guy.
I was like...
I actually that's pretty
funny.
interesting. I think it's kind of like the opposite. I don't think they try to make it as emotional because I think that was the whole aspect of they're not supposed to really know each other. They just kind of have to...
True.
So I think it was supposed to just be like, oh, he's dead, like, move on.
But it was obviously more emotional once... the parkour guy was almost dying.
Really?
Which I felt like he almost died like 3 times.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That was
but also the other thing that I thought, like, I didn't think it was funny, but this movie was so Michael Bay that I just thought at the end, like, I was gonna hear like Optimus Prime and fucking Linkin Park playing when they're walking
So for those of you that don't really know Michael Bay, he's all about explosions. Sometimes there are some unnecessary explosions, but they're just like there are scenes where like there's these huge like metal bars falling from the sky and they're randomly exploding. Yeah, they're randomly exploding.
Like, dude, what they shoot those things like dynamite?
Like as they're coming down.
Yeah. And speaking of that, there was that scene. Remember where they're driving and like the Skywalker blows up something above and the pipes go through the car. Do you remember that?
No, he chops the rope.
That's right, yeah. And then out of nowhere, as they're driving, they show like the billionaire, and he pulls out an eyeball. I was like, what, what the hell is happening, dude? I was so confused. I was like, what is going on? And then they get into how he got it, and then I was just like, what the hell?
Like, well, it's just there was so much going on. That I was
exactly.
Like, now there's an eyeball.
At first, honestly, when I saw that scene, I thought because of the pipes, I thought the eyeball like somehow flew from the car into their car, and I was so confused. I was like, dude, where did he get that? And I rewatched the scene. I was like, there's no way the eyeball could have gotten there. But then it goes forward, and then he's like, he got it from
the lawyer.
So it was really, I was like, I was real confused. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, no, because like that's what I was thinking too. That I was like, all right, I don't know like the way they got this, but I'm pretty sure it flew from the car as it was like pipes were being just shot into it, and I was like, okay, wait, no. All right, no, that's not.
I thought I missed something.
Mm-hmm. I do like like you said, the characters a lot. I think they mesh well, especially
they're all unique.
After so at that point 6 dies. They're supposed to have a total of 6 agents. So they're -1. But at that point they recruit a new person
Mm-hmm.
who is technically his code name is Seven,
yeah.
and he is the sniper. He plays the sniper
basically
role.
Chris Kyle.
Exactly, and he's like, how do I put it? He's like the snowball of everything, you know, like he's like the little drop that slowly like changes everything. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like,
he's
or it
kind
of changes like their like
the chemistry
culture
exactly
of like the way they do things.
He's definitely the reason why
he was a big locker room guy.
Yeah. And for those of you that don't know, like basically Ryan Reynolds' character, the billionaire number one, his job, he didn't care about relationships with the other people. All he cared about was that they do the job. And so when somebody dies, it's just supposed to be like, or somebody gets behind, it's supposed to be just move on, keep going. But Blaine's backstory is he was a sniper in Delta, and because he worked for the government, he wasn't allowed to take a shot that he wanted to. Basically, a lot of his men died, and he felt as though it was because of him. And when he joined the Ghosts, Ryan Reynolds kind of told him, like, you can pull the trigger whenever you want. Like, I'll never tell you not to. But he didn't sit comfortably with the fact that Ryan Reynolds' character didn't like having these close relationships with them, so he kind of changes that aspect throughout the movie that where they start caring about each other. And then they didn't even know each other's names until like halfway through the movie.
Yeah, and they make it very much a point for Ryan Reynolds' character to be like, or I should call him number one, to be like, they were like, oh, well, we're family. And he's very specific and explicit in saying, like, we're not a family. Like, we're nothing. Like, we're just agents. We don't even know each other's names. No, he never says his name. We only get to know everybody else.
Right,
yeah. Ooh, give me a prequel, dude.
And that's what I was thinking too. So there's a part in the movie. So they
cool.
they delve into exactly who they are and what they do. They're ghosts. They work under nobody, but their basis is they're against terrorism. Right. That's their big thing. It's just completely
just
against
any evil in the
any
world,
unjustful corrupt leaders or anything else. Like they're against. Yeah. And so they have this huge wall of just like different people, and they never get into exactly who any of these people are except for the one main villain in the movie. So like it was very clear that they were trying to make it into a franchise. But I don't know if it ended up taking off or like getting off the ground.
I have no idea.
But like
this came out just before COVID.
Right, exactly.
So I'd be fine with going into who else was on the wall, because I believe that there were 9.
There was like at least 7 for sure.
And I'm gonna take a guess that they were like the same like caliber as the person that they took down in the movie, because the one that they were going for, this guy was a dictator of a country.
So it's like totally just free.
Like these guys aren't just like total small time. These guys are going after people like dictators and shit.
And that's where them being dead to the world works, because they don't abide by other countries' rules, regulations. They just kind of do what they have to. And but I was gonna say that too, because I did notice the wall and I would love for them to come out with like maybe a 3-movie series of just them going after other people. So that'll kind of segue real quick before I go into the next one. Who's your favorite character out of the 7 technically?
I don't think it was the parkour guy, because he always kept almost dying. Oh yeah, Billy.
But he was sick though.
But he was cool. You know what, dude? I think it's gotta be Ryan Reynolds' character, number 1.
Yeah,
I think it's him, because I just thought he was just sick. I don't know.
So I was actually talking to Nick about this earlier, and for me personally, I really like the Bonnie and Clyde duo. I was telling Nick, in my opinion, like if you had like minused everybody else out and it was just them, like I think that would make a really cool movie, to be honest. Like I know like they have their own like thing together, but like even that whole scene where he breathed in the laughing gas and he was trying to like be functioning and he just wasn't, and she was like covering his ass. That was so cool.
And then for those of you that don't know, a lot of the lines in there seem kind of like weirdly pushed. That's because those are from movies and TV shows. So I don't know if because there was one where he says something like badges, we didn't use sticking badges, and I was like, I didn't like that line, and then my dad was like, oh, it's from a movie, and then I was like, oh, they're doing all movie lines there. Oh, okay, I get it.
That was like Javier's character, I think.
Javier,
that was his real name.
Like, that guy was cool. That was number 3, right?
It was
so they're 2 and 3.
Him or 3. That's good. Those are ones.
Well, 3 is Javier.
I liked both of them a lot. And like,
Ryan, that's what I was saying. That like it was either 1 or 3 that I really liked a lot. But
for me, I would say 4. That's
the Skywalker.
Skywalker, right?
There's something about him.
There's some cool ass scenes with that guy of just climbing on shit.
Dude, when he gets
crossed, Spider-Man.
When he gets crossed with the jewels, like, and she like, he's like, grab my hand, and she just holds onto the
jewels. That was his girlfriend.
That was the jewels.
I didn't put that together. That was his girlfriend, because when they're talking later on, he's like, you don't have to worry about, like government, pigs, talking about cops and all that. But then he goes, or backstabbing girlfriends, and that's when I put it together that that was probably his girlfriend that ripped the jewel from his mouth.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that.
Yeah, no, dude, that guy was basically like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And because I thought it was cool at the end on the boat. To where he got like tackled into the pool, and then those guys like
they all just
tried to chase him, and they just got up and just started swinging on dudes.
And the fact that he made it out of that whole like Hong Kong thing, like in general,
because I thought he was gonna die, dude.
Like he was by, and they were gonna leave him.
Yeah,
that was the turning point of their.
Because he only had 3 bullets left.
There was also.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I thought that was crazy.
And he used them right away. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
He like immediately was just like. Pop, 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 and then he like climbs up, and that was it. I was like,
think
dude,
he grabbed
you
like
got
another
3,
gun.
come on.
Yeah, but like
I thought it was going down.
I thought it was weird how like those guys just kept up with him when he was just like jumping through.
Yeah, no.
Oh, dude, I know that was crazy. Yeah, I was like, what's going on here?
Like, wait, these guys can't know parkour too. That's bullshit.
That was and I actually got a little watching that scene. I was kind of like, oh, fuck, please. I hope 4 doesn't die here because that guy tackles him. And I was like, God, like this is where 4.
Yeah, no, and like then of all people, that big ass dude caught up to him and like doing all this parkour stuff, and like this guy looked like a wrestler. It's like there's no way this guy's doing that parkour shit. But
I feel like towards the end of the movie, it got real like, I don't know, it's so interesting but like wild at the same time. Like, so the dictator flees onto the yacht. Yeah. And there's like it's a big yacht, but then it doesn't look big sometimes. Like it's so weird. Like it feels like in between.
It's got like it's got a ton of tight spaces, I think.
Exactly, yeah. And so at one point, Ryan Reynolds' character, he number one, he makes like a magnet, which was his big thing. Like that's why he's a billionaire. Cool. Yeah. He's an inventor. He's good with electronics and stuff like that. So he makes this magnet in which all their guns and everything, they like go flying against the walls. And before they start that like final push, everybody's equipped with plastic weapons. Yeah. Everything's completely plastic. And so there's one point where like, so they're doing everything outside and he keeps using the magnet. He just destroys everybody. Yeah. But then they go inside and they go into the kitchen and like he starts to use the magnet again. But then in my head I was like, well, wouldn't they have gotten affected from the outside, you know, with the magnet the first time, like in the kitchen? Because like everything was okay, right? In the kitchen, like it was fine. Yeah, it didn't get touched until like he went in there and he was like, I didn't really pay attention to that. Yeah. And so I was like, what the heck? That was my one. And the second one was like, everything finally starts kicking off. They're finally fighting. He stops using the magnet or whatever. And then like number 4, Skywalker, he's like he's getting hurt. Like he's getting and he's like, I need somebody to help. Like somebody please help. And there's one point where Ryan Reynolds' character comes out and he gets scared by like number 3 and he's like, dude, go eat something. And it's like, number 3, why aren't you helping right now? And then on top of that, the other CIA like spook was like downstairs still in the engine room after it got blown up. And I was like,
after that guy, like
they blew up the sides, and then he was still there. So I was like, she was still there, and I was like, where'd she go?
I can't remember the guy
go. Like they just disappeared.
Yeah,
both of them just disappeared.
They're ghosts.
Yeah. Like I was just like, dude, your boy's getting his arm broken on the side.
Well, no,
that I was like, damn.
But touching up on that, I really like that though, because that was massive character development for Ryan Reynolds, because he was the guy that was like leaving behind, and then he's the one that said, just fuck it, leave 4 behind in Hong Kong. And at the end, he tells 7, he goes, everybody stay off the channel, I'm going after 4. And then Blaine is like, number 7 is like, well, you're breaking your own rules. And he goes, and I absolutely love that scene where that guy comes out and he just fires him in the head. Just bops him. And then I kind of cringe a little bit when they break 4's arm. Because he puts his arm on the thing.
Oh, that was ugly.
And I was like, man. I was like,
ugly.
They showed the whole damn thing.
Also, real quick, what did you guys think of the ending that they didn't just kill the dictator, they dropped him with his people?
Wait, let's go with the ending and then we'll go with our final rating. Yeah. Because we gotta keep going. Yeah. So Matt, go for it.
So the ending, I thought it was pretty dope that they just dropped him off.
Yeah, I thought that was
let his shit get rocked because that guy was a scumbag.
Yeah, and his brother didn't even care either.
Yeah.
You should have listened to me, brother.
Yeah. I thought that guy was funny though. Like, I had some like pretty funny lines.
He's actually low key. He's in real quick. He's in that movie 13 Hours of Benghazi or something like that.
Oh really?
He's the translator in that movie.
Oh, he is. Yeah. Great movie.
13 Hours, great movie.
All right, so yeah, with that, I thought it was an action-packed movie. A couple things where I was just like, it's a little inconsistent. And where I wish they kind of like dove into more, which is gonna like affect my rating, but I'm gonna give it a 6.9, maybe 7.
Okay.
I'm on that line.
Okay, so I'm on the same thing as Matt. Like, I think the action was pretty solid and stuff, but there was like so much that was just like I felt like really could have been developed more. You know, like the relationships and stuff. Like even towards the end, you see Skywalker with Doc.
Yeah.
And and I was like. Oh, like they slowly had a thing, but they didn't really show it as much as like the other, fling that they had together. And
Javier and
exactly. Yeah. And so and then that
I know, and I thought that was kind of random.
There was also another random scene with the billionaire when he gets together with that chick when he's at the bar and he converses with the dictator the first time and he says all this stuff and they do go back home with him and then later at the end of the movie he has a son and I was just like.
Wait,
dude, I was just like
with the girl.
That was his son.
That was his son.
That was his son.
That was the
I
point.
didn't even know that.
And see, that's what I mean.
Really?
Like, it was that whole scene almost felt like a whole throwaway, just to more feel like it was like he was just a playboy, like sexy dude.
Yeah.
But then, sure enough, at the end, it had significance. So it was real like.
But also, like I thought at the end that it's like first he was like following them and then just kind of thinking he's like damn because I could have had
because he had the pictures.
No,
same.
Yeah, but I had no idea that was a son.
That's why. So it was.
It's like implied. It's implied.
Yeah. So
and I think touching up on your thing, I think the thing for the end with Doc and 4 is I think there's a part where she reaches out and he grabs her hand. That was supposed to be like a trust because. When he was reaching out to his ex,
when they went to the satellites,
they ripped out she ripped out the jewel from him, so that was him being like, oh my backstabbing girlfriend. But at the end, when they're together climbing, that was like his gaining his trust back kind of.
Yeah. So overall, there was, I mean, obviously the highlight was the action, but just it needed more plot. It needed more. I don't know. For me, it felt like it needed more substance. It was just too action heavy for me. So I think I'd give it a 6.1. Okay. 6.1.
Because I thought the action was great, good characters, and I didn't think we were gonna get that from this movie, but they gave us good characters, and because they gave us good ass characters, I was kind of disappointed that it didn't come with the story. It didn't come with a little more background, a little more story.
How much you want to know about these
I know. Because at first I was
you like them really quick. You're like, oh.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. Because I didn't think I was gonna like everybody pretty quick, and then I did, and I was like, all right, so I'm kind of waiting for more story.
Exactly, and that's the second perfect for a second movie,
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was gonna say next.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I actually hope that they do a second movie.
Well, that's what I was saying next. Is that I think this movie was kind of let's take off and get everybody intrigued in it, and then we'll develop a little bit later.
Yeah, it was definitely a hook type of movie.
Yeah,
hit us with the numbers. Let's go. So we can close it out.
Overall rating for this one, I'll go 6.8 or 9. 6.9. Get a little sexual on you guys.
And I gave it a 7.7. Because I really like the development of the characters throughout the story, the mission, and everything. And the best part, in my opinion, is going after these guys that governments won't.
Yeah.
So I think that's the cool part. And there is that quote that they're ghosts or they're nobody. So Ryan Reynolds says they say nobody can save the world. World meet nobody, and that's because they're dead to the world. So.
No, yeah.
But also, I definitely want to see more. I'm down for a prequel or a sequel.
Yeah,
go for it.
Alrighty, cool. So that was 6 Underground. We we went ahead and went through it. So now we're gonna go ahead and talk about the Invincible finale. This is Amazon Prime's current hot show. It's an animated superhero show. We've talked about it before on the pod. If you haven't heard us talk about it, go ahead and check out the other pods because they're definitely there. So we're just going to go ahead and go straight into spoilers because it was the last episode already.
We've been keeping up.
We've been keeping up. So if you haven't watched it, haven't been keeping up with it, what are you doing? Go watch it. Yeah. It's actually really good.
Skip ahead.
Or go back to the past pods.
Or skip ahead because we're going to talk because our next subject I think a lot of people will definitely like. But hold on, we'll get into it. But so this is your final chance, final spoiler warning. Skip ahead.
Yeah, so, going right into it.
Here we go.
We're going right into it.
Alrighty.
So, well, I'm gonna give you guys my first impression of going into the last episode, right? And we did talk about this on the pod, saying hey, what do you think is gonna happen? Would it be too soon if him and his dad fought? Would it be too soon if he actually beat his dad or things like that, right?
That would have been way too soon.
So I was thinking once the episode started, I was like, well, fuck. After episode 7, we're left with them kind of looking at each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, the only thing that's gotta happen is that they have to fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
And is he just gonna die? Because it's like, there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
No,
Like, there's no way that he beats him.
Next thing you know, he gets his shit beat in.
Yeah.
The whole episode, pretty much. Dude, how brutal was it when he held up Mark right at the train?
Oh,
that
my
was
God.
so sad,
Dude,
and you could
so
tell.
sad.
You could tell like the two big things were when the building fell and Mark was just holding on to that
that
lady's arm.
that was gut wrenching.
And then the other one was that subway thing.
Because it was the mom and the daughter, and like then he's like got the building, and then he's like, wait, no, here, like it's gonna be okay, but like just try to grab onto me.
Yeah.
And it came down anyways.
That was gut wrenching.
That's what it evolved into. Is that like it was first like, oh, like he doesn't accept me, let me break his spirits, and then after he broke his spirits and he's like, he still doesn't accept me, I'm gonna break his face. And that's exactly what he did, and it was just
that
like,
is exactly what he did.
Because that entire fight, I don't even think that was a fight. That was just his dad teaching him a lesson. Just teaching him a lesson.
But
of, like,
also, it was just mental Armageddon for Mark.
Yeah.
Well, especially when he like blows
or
up
for
the
the whole
jet.
planet though, because it was being televised the entire thing.
Well, yeah,
but
but
he even called his mom as a pet, dude. Like he saw her as a pet.
Yeah.
That was unreal.
That was
I
brutal.
couldn't believe that.
But like, how about the part when Mark saves that pilot and he's like talking to him, no, you're fine. And then, dude, Omni-Man comes in and just
that was bad, dude.
squishes his head like
and
a
like, he's
freaking
like, why'd
grape.
you do that? And like, then he's like, because he doesn't matter. Because like, we're gonna be like 1,000 years old.
Yeah, like he doesn't matter.
Hey,
Like his whole presence of no one matters is just bananas.
Yeah.
I mean, because we haven't talked about it, but what do you think about that whole like robot thing when he finally gets revealed?
So that was in the last episode when the robot changed his body.
Episode 7.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
honestly,
Because we haven't talked about it.
I did not like that episode because like it's just the baby and all that, like the weird like
Oh, like
thing.
that was his real
and then
life.
embryo thing that
he turns
like,
into
made.
like a younger Rex because
14?
of Monster Girl, and I was like,
That was the thing that
I could have gone without this.
That was
I
the
don't-
thing that
it just
bothered
grossed
me
me
the
out for some reason.
That was the thing that bothered me the most because they explicitly say they're like, you're like a 30-year-old robot, like you're a 30-year-old being, and then you've transformed into a 14-year-old just to be with this girl. I mean, yes, like she aged backwards,
But then,
like it was,
but then
real
it gets
weird.
even weirder to where it's like, because he like tells her, all right, so I just fixed myself, so now I'm gonna try to fix you. So that would mean that he's gonna like try to make her into an adult.
He's
but
probably
he's still a kid.
either that or
But-
he's gonna
Or is
transfer
he gonna
her,
make them both into
just
adults?
transfer her into another one, so that way that body, is stuck with the power of the monster.
Okay. Yeah, but
what
it's
I was
like he's still a
thinking.
kid though, and
Yeah,
it's
that's also true.
and like this robot's trying to get
And
down.
then a clone of his teammate.
Yeah,
which
but
is
it just
real
like
weird.
I have to do his
Yeah.
teammate,
Yeah.
and I was with what's his name? What's the exploding guy's name?
Rex.
Yeah, Rex. When he was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck?
like, what the
Why me?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he actually straight up says it. It's like, well, I saw Monster Girl like,
Checking you out.
yeah, like fancies you, right? Quote,
Yeah.
like that's the thing he says. And I still thought it was weird. I was like,
That's
not
weird.
a good enough reason.
That's real
No.
Still, you gotta give me more, dude. Gotta give me
Still
more.
weird.
Still weird.
Still weird.
What did you think of that last ending though of with the alien that he comes back and he's like,
I thought it was cool. Because that was one of my main problems of the TV show is that there's just so many things that happen that they don't finish.
So they just left unchecked.
So they
Ooh.
in my opinion, it was like not like a cheap, but it was like all right, time to like kind of just close the door on this and on everything. And it was like, so what are you gonna do next? And then it goes through all the problems that happened in the past, signifying that he's gonna fix them. But at that point, I don't give a shit because Omni-Man just beat the absolute shit out of him and took off. That's all I care about. So I'm just kind of like, okay, I see why you left the door open on that, but
So it's also like, because I have this to say, that it's like, this show did a lot of, like, good things, and, like, they were very good at them, but doing like, the world building, like, part of the show, I think they kind of dropped the ball. Because there's, a lot of things that they would touch, and
like,
then they would go away from
these, like, almost side missions,
Yeah.
basically. Like,
Yeah.
with Mars.
yeah.
With, the two other things that they showed.
The
What
aliens,
The alien
then
guy.
they close the door on the clones finally at the end, which you see them.
Yeah,
for-
and then the clones, and then,
They closed the door on
That
the
other-
robot guy, too.
Civilization. Those guys that got, like, faster time.
yeah, those
Yeah.
aliens
Oh,
that come in.
Yeah, because apparently those guys are still around.
I do want to give them the benefit of the doubt though,
Yeah.
because to do all of that in a matter of 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Granted, they were like 44-minute
Mm-hmm.
episodes.
Yeah.
But that being said, like they did a lot with what they had. You know, like
That's true. Yeah.
Like
It is true, and then I could see them using these kind of side mission type things to strengthen, to kind of character build Mark. And as we see him grow stronger, maybe that's when he goes and tackles these problems really quick in like an episode. Really,
That's a good.
It's like he solved Mars's problem in just an episode. Look how strong he's gotten.
Like maybe this will be his way of like leveling up, so that way he can slowly take on Omni-Man again. Like
I think that they like strategically left these things open just to show Mark kind of growing.
You see, but that's where I have the problem with it though, is because they at the very beginning they leave the main mystery open of why did Omni-Man just murk everybody. So I have that open where I'm like, that's the main problem that I want closed. I want to see what happens, and then all these other doors are opening, and I'm like, okay, wait, I'm getting an overload of things because I don't know if this is going to continue into the next episode, if they're just not going to touch on it. And then at the end, they did like a kind of like a, all right, we're just shutting the door on everything. It's going to be like a quick rewind with Seth Rogen.
Right.
But, so I think they did kind of touch on that of like why he was just killing people, just because like they didn't matter, and like that he saw them as like bugs pretty much. And
that's what I'm saying. But they opened that door right away when he's killing the Guardians. Because you're like, why did he do that?
That was supposed to be the initial hook, right? Like that's what got me through and wanting to like have me know, and then them just kind of leaving kind of breadcrumbs for us throughout the whole season keeps you involved. It keeps you wondering why still, and it just hooks you until season 8 when they fight. That's why I think they do it, and I think that they like strategically left those open doors for season 2, maybe for like character growth, because I really think he's gonna tackle those issues like in season 2.
Yeah,
like quickly though.
Oh, that's probably.
And then they're bringing back Immortal again.
Yeah.
Did you see him in the last
third time.
Dude, it's like he's still good here. Like,
dude, let that guy die. That guy's
don't let him die. Like, let him come back. He's an interesting character, but don't give him a third life. Like that when the clones like rebuilt him, I was like, oh, this is cool. And then like 4 minutes later, it gets chopped in half, and I'm like, that was cool.
I actually think those clones are like funny though.
Yeah.
Once they're like
those clones are actually from the first Mandalorian. The big red dude that's like super strong when they go to break out that one dude from the prison. Those are the clones. You don't remember that guy? In the Mandalorian season 1 when they go to the prison to break out that one random dude, and they have like it's like Bill Burr and all those guys.
Yeah.
The big dude that's like strong as shit. That's the clones.
That's his voice actor.
Oh,
okay. Oh wow. No, yeah.
I think it's the same guy who does Mr. Krabs too. To be honest.
Sure.
But since the season 1 is complete, we have a complete season 1. Let's go ahead and get into reviews. We can review it now. It's a complete season.
Before we do that, real quick, I have to ask you guys. Amber getting with Mark at the end.
I was gonna say.
I mess with it. I like Amber.
I hate it. I hate it.
You like Amber?
I hate it.
I
hate it.
I'm shipping Eve and Mark.
Eve and Mark. Big ship.
I mean,
dude, you know what?
Well, I know the comics. I don't want to say.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, don't spoil it for us.
But I do like her. I think she's cool.
That's a really good point,
because
and I'm glad you brought it up, dude. Because she just came back out of nowhere after dumping.
That's also true.
After knowing all the shit that he's been
she's
dealing
known, and then he's like getting a ton of shit still from her. And
you have to look at
saying that, it's because I already knew. And it's like, all right, so if you knew, why you keep giving my guy shit?
But it's like, why did you keep it from me? You got to look at it from her perspective, you know? Imagine your girl was a superhero. You knew, and she kept it from you still, and you were just like...
I would be more understanding. I'd be like, okay, she's out.
I'd be like, wait, you're a fucking superhero? Like, go save the world.
Why didn't she take it the same way as his friend did?
That's also true.
Yeah, because especially when that like weird zombie robot attacks, she knows she's invincible, but she's like, where were you? And he's like, oh, I was calling the cops. But she knows, like, oh, that was my boyfriend literally fighting them off for us. Yeah. But, oh, fuck you, by the way. Like, you can even come clean and be like, Mark, listen, like, I know you're invincible. Yeah. Like,
that's also true.
And then all of a sudden he gets like this real famous thing. Oh, you're Omni-Man's son. Your dad disrespected you. Blah, blah, blah. now I just fucking want it. Now I just want it. It's like, if I'm Mark, I'm bitch,
give me this sad boy Mark right now.
If I'm Mark, I'm going, no. I'm repairing this with Eve. Because Eve is the only one that actually
her powers OP.
Oh, yeah. That's wild. Yeah. Like, it makes
she
sense,
can,
but they don't.
Like, changing matter, basically, right? Yeah. It's basically just
and she can take a shower, just like that.
She can, like, reconstruct atoms. That's her power, which is bananas.
It just did not sit right with me. And I can tell Mark, like, seeing as that like, I don't think he really had too many relationships in his life. So you could, like, from immediately I was like, oh, he's going to take her back. Like, I already know it. And I just did not sit well with me.
Yeah. Alrighty, so now that we got that through, let's go.
Well,
ratings. Let's hear it, man.
Ratings. Well, the last episode, I really liked it, and I love where the show's going. I didn't realize how emotionally involved I would be from that last episode with that line that I've been seeing all over TikTok. It's like, what in 500 years, what will you have? And it's like, you. I'll still have you. I was like, oh.
That was a good line.
Oh my god.
I'm at,
probably the best line in the whole show.
That's the thing, like,
yeah.
They announced season 2 and 3, and I don't really like rating shows, but, like, since we're just looking at season 1,
just the season,
I'm gonna just look at the season itself. I'm gonna say 8.7. 8.7.
Solid rating. Alright, so I think, honestly, like, especially in these last 2 episodes, both Steven Yeun, who is
dude, he's a great actor.
And great voice actor.
And what's his name? I always forget his name. J.K. Simmons. Yeah, I always forget.
And then the lady from Grey's Anatomy. I really...
Dude, those two in these last episodes, J.K. Simmons and Steven Yeun, unreal, dude. Their performance was just unbelievable. Like, that's honestly, in my opinion, one of the best animated performances I've ever seen. Like, dude, to be completely honest, it was unreal. Yeah. It was so good, and like that was like the first time in a long time that I saw an animated movie with that last scene where, like, you know, he was punched down and he says that line, where I was like legit choked up. I was like, that was crazy.
Man. Yeah, no.
So
and go.
I think because of all of that, like, I think I'm probably gonna give it like maybe like an 8.9.
Yeah. Nice.
It's really, really good, honestly. Yeah. Like, seeing it towards the end, I really liked it. I really, really liked it. I really appreciated the acting was unreal. The plots were really good. It's such an interesting take on the superhero genre. I like it.
J.K. Simmons, because that guy's got some experience with doing some voice acting.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because he was in
The Legend of Korra. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He plays Aang.
Yeah. For like 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Plays like a main character, yeah.
Dom, what's your opinion? Season 1.
With the ending that I hated with Amber, I give it a 2. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, whoa, Cap.
No, I just, like, when they finally got down to the needy and greedy with finding out why Omni-Man did everything, that and his son, like, so distraught at what happening, I thought it was good. Trying to rate this is hard, in my opinion, because one, it's not over yet, so I gotta definitely see more. Yeah. I'm gonna give it I'm gonna cap out at 7.8 for now.
Oh, okay.
For now, yeah, we'll see if it goes up or down from there.
Oh, and then because I thought the other thing that was pretty cool about this episode was that they, like, talked about, like, kind of like what they did back on what's it called?
Oh,
Voltrum, yeah, and like they basically like Thanos themselves. Yeah, like they just cut down
by
like all the week.
That was insane.
All the week down to 50%, just battle royale.
Yeah,
and they basically turned into like the Empire, the Galactic Empire, and just started conquering.
Yeah, just like taking over planets. So,
but
like,
and then also how like sick was it Seth Rogen's character, and he was saying, it's like, yo, they don't leave, like, the fact that he just left and your planet's still here is kind of insane, like this is a shock. And I thought it was cool how they're just gonna kind of incorporate him into this rebellion against them. So I thought that was like cool.
But so I thought that was cool, and I thought like that like final line was sick. It was just tore at the heartstrings. But for my rating for this, I'd go like 8.6. 8.6.
8.6. Okay.
Alrighty, so that's everything on Invincible. But now we're gonna get into something that's very interesting. It comes out at the time of recording this. Comes out tomorrow,
May the 4th.
It will already be out by the time of this podcast. But Bad Batch.
Yes.
Star Wars Bad Batch.
This is a long time coming too.
It's very long time coming. Like, it looks so good, looks so interesting. I'm very excited to see what they're gonna do. The story of them like escaping Order 66 and like rebelling against it. Like,
after seeing the continuation of season 7 for Clone Wars, like, come on.
And for those of you that don't know, the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars are probably one of or the best thing Star Wars has ever put out. It's a literal masterpiece.
If you guys haven't seen Clone Wars, like, come on.
What are you doing with your lives?
If you're into Star Wars at all, Clone Wars is one of the best pieces that they've done.
And I guarantee you, your last 4 episodes, it's 4 episodes, and it's a literal movie. It is so good. And it dives into a lot of... Because if you are watching Mandalorian 2, you probably don't really know who Ahsoka is and all that, and it dives into her character and what she meant to everybody. But the one thing that they do is they bring in the Bad Batch somewhere in Clone Wars. And
like season 5, season 6?
Somewhere like that. And
the Bad Batch?
Towards the end,
yeah.
That's when they first come out.
I thought it was in season 6. And like, that
I can't remember.
I don't know.
But basically what happens is they bring in the Bad Batch, they do a mission, and they leave with actually one of the ex-ARC troopers, Echo. So he joins their team, and it's I think it's 5, right? It's Hunter, Wrecker, Tech, Echo, and Crosshair, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's 5 of them. But the big thing about Star Wars is that the clones turn because they're inhibitor chips. Mm-hmm. But they didn't really touch up on what happens to the Bad Batch. So this is a continuation, and I'm pretty sure they don't turn, right?
Yeah, and I think it's mainly due because of their mutation.
Yeah,
they didn't end up putting in... I have a feeling they didn't end up putting in an inhibitor chip. Or either that, or because of their mutation, it's canceling it out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure they're going to delve into exactly why they're not affected.
Yeah.
But they're not, and, like, they just become their own elite squad with their own, like, abilities or special abilities, and they're unreal. They're so cool, dude.
Yeah, no, dude.
So sick.
Because, like, I think we got a lot to look forward to in this show, and I think there's going to be a lot of badass clone scenes.
And to know that they're still clones too, like they're gonna be killing their brothers, going against their brothers.
Dude, and then like that's the thing. So do we think we're gonna see some Jedi action here, or I don't know.
I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna bring this up because I think this is a rumor that I would love to address. In Mandalorian, you run into Grogu. Ooh. In season 2, you find out that Grogu was actually at the temple. Grogu was at the temple. What if the Bad Batch was tasked with saving Grogu from the temple?
I would love that.
I would love to see that.
I would
love to see that because we all had speculation. Was like, was it Windu who did it?
Yeah, because someone saved him. That's the thing. Yeah. Like someone was there. Someone saved him. Someone snuck him out. Whichever, and that'd be cool if it was them.
I feel like the fattest maybe if we are gonna see a Jedi. Ahsoka, you know, I think that's the definite maybe.
That'd be sick.
But otherwise, like, I don't know about Obi-Wan. You know, like anybody else. It's so fat, maybe. But like, Ahsoka is. It feels in the vein.
Like, oh no, I think that'd be too soon. Because like Mace would still be like messed up.
Yeah.
Because there's speculation that Mace is still alive.
Right.
Which
I
hope so.
heard he might come back in the book of Boba Fett. So I don't. They might not throw. They might not throw him in.
Because he's straight up like one of my favorites, and I just hope that they bring him back in some form.
Yeah.
I think they could. But
I would absolutely love it though if they were tasked by whoever, whether it was Yoda or Ahsoka or whoever knew that Grogu's in the temple, because I don't think a lot of people knew he was there.
Dude, imagine if the Bad Batch got him out. That'd be kind of sick.
Dude, but just like, just with the whole mission of them doing that'd be cool. And I'm curious to see like what the show's revolved around. Like, I know it's them trying to survive Order 66, but it's just like how they're gonna navigate through it. I'm pretty hype about it.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? In the trailer was so good. I don't know who that little girl is, by the way, but she's like,
I know,
Hunter?
Everything being said, I feel like
I'm gonna throw you in the coot.
I feel like they have to dive into like towards the end of the show. They have to dive into like Elaine being in Friends.
Oh my.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be so sick when they talk about like
Dude.
Friends, and
The
then
crossover.
Elaine doing a
Oh my God, the
crossover in
crossover.
Friends,
Dude,
but like going into Seinfeld
So
because
actually,
she's from Friends.
fun fact: my brother's coming back in town, and he will permanently replace John.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he's already gotten kicked
Not
out.
Or no,
because we're
no,
kicking
it-
John off, just my dad
Oh,
probably
yeah,
is gonna
yeah,
kill
right.
him.
I'm actually happy
Well, it's
about
'cause I have
this
to box
because I was
Nick.
on the hot seat before John. So.
Well, that's the thing. So I have to box Dom's brother, like to keep my spot,
Oh, okay.
and then I have to like box Dom's dad, but I'm probably gonna lose both fights.
Well, yeah. I mean,
So the first one's gonna be for like the spot on the pod, and then the second one's just gonna be for my life.
For honor.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna bring this up
But,
too. In the Bad Batch trailer, I did notice some things I want to touch up on. I did see a whip in the Bad Batch trailer that was in Clone Wars. Am I
once
they go to that
Ahsoka
like,
got captured.
yeah,
And,
but there's a bunch of
yeah.
slaves there and stuff.
And Anakin and
Oh,
Obi-Wan
yeah.
are there.
I
No,
remember.
Obi-Wan got captured too, but he got thrown into like the
Mm-hmm.
shithole part of the place.
And the other thing I want to touch up on, there is a scene where somebody shoots a bow and arrow that has kind of like a plasma thing. If you haven't played it, and you should, those bows are in Fallen Order. The Dathomirians have them, and they shoot at you.
Yeah.
And it was in the trailer. So
Dathomir.
that is, I think they're really
They're gonna
gonna
take a little
touch
trip
up
to
on some
Dathomir?
things.
That'd be cool.
And I just think I'm definitely looking forward to this because Mandalorian came out first, right? And then WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier. It's time this comes out.
Disney's just taking care of
Dude,
our mental health.
I know,
Honestly,
yeah.
though, I have to say,
They always
like,
got us.
I have to say, like, because we've been hot with Marvel back to back. It's kind of nice to jump back into
Yeah,
Star Wars
give
and
some
give
Star
give
Wars.
Marvel a little breather. Like,
Yeah.
just be like, all right, cool. Like, let me
Yeah.
refresh with this. you
Yeah,
know?
and
like, it feels good.
yeah, because they're gonna give us this, and then we go right back to Loki, right?
Exactly.
I know, right?
Exactly. So it's like it's gonna be jumping back
Yeah.
and forth.
It is gonna be perfect.
So-
It is gonna be
yeah.
perfect.
So that's pretty much Bad Batch. Again, it's gonna come out at the time of the recording the podcast. It's coming out tomorrow, but watch it, guys. Just watch
Oh,
it. Like
yeah. Keep up with it.
we're definitely gonna mention it every podcast from this point on.
Yeah.
So definitely
Probably
keep up
similar
with
to
it.
what we did with Cap, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll probably do like a weekly, just like a recap.
Yeah.
Disney's just
Exactly.
just giving us all the weekly content. That's great.
no,
But
they're just
speaking
looking
of
out for us.
Disney,
Mhm.
we did have a lot of things come
They
out
dropped
today.
a lot for us.
Yes.
And so we're gonna move on to our yay or nay section because we're already
Yes.
at about 52 minutes of this, and we have a lot to
We
cover
have
here.
a lot of news that recently came out.
The good news is that yay or nays are quick. They're rapid fire things. But Drew, what are we starting?
Take
off
it
with
away.
today?
So today, again at the time of recording this podcast, Marvel did release a celebration of the movies, in which they showed more footage of Black Widow. They showed more footage of Shang-Chi. They showed a little bit more of Eternals. They also did give out dates for upcoming movies. We finally have dates of everything.
Yeah, we do.
That's really exciting. But
Something that DC can never do.
Yeah.
But so I want to go. I want to.
Ricochet shot. Sorry,
Let's-
DC.
Let's do the first three of what they showed, like of more footage of. Go ahead and give me the yay or nay of what was the first one? Oh, Black Widow. What was the yay or nay?
See that one
Coming out soon, real soon.
coming out soon. I wish I was more hyped for this movie.
Really?
So, I think I'm at soft yay. I'm like yeah,
All right.
because it's Marvel. So of course I'm gonna watch it. But it's just I feel like I'm gonna be more hyped when we get closer to the drop of the movie. I think that's how it's gonna be for me.
For what? For
Black Widow.
Black
Yeah,
Widow.
Black Widow.
I mean, because they pushed this one back a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because like there's a point like a couple months ago to where I was like, I'm not sure if Black Widow came out, and I'm not sure if I'm like super pumped to see it. But
Like, did I miss it?
now that it's getting closer, I'm kind of down for it. So soft yay.
Yeah.
Soft yay.
I'm gonna give it a yay because Black
Ooh,
Widow.
white suit.
Black Widow never got her solo movie, so we don't know much about her, and she
Right.
has a lot that's pretty interesting. And one, for
Oh,
example,
Hopper's in the movie too.
Hopper's in the movie. Yeah,
Hopper.
Hopper's in it.
See, I'm getting more excited for
One
it.
thing,
Yeah.
for example, is I don't know
It's
if
only
you
30
remember,
seconds.
but in Civil War, when Bucky is choking her, she says like, "Do you remember me?"
Sorry, Daddy.
Bucky, yeah,
Just kidding.
Bucky and Winter Soldier. Back when she was a spy for Russia and he was the Winter Soldier, they had a thing together in the comics.
Whoa,
maybe-
let's go.
maybe, just maybe.
I'm already getting hyped for the movie.
So I was right.
Did they bump uglies?
Oh, maybe.
Probably. I mean,
kind of dope.
So all
she's sterile.
What is it? Yay?
Love that for the kid.
Oh, it's a yay. It's a
not
yay.
that she's sterile,
It's an obvious
Bucky
yay.
and
White suit,
Scarjo.
yay. Hopper,
Yo.
yay.
Dude, imagine if they gave us a little bit of Bucky. That'd be kind of sick.
Oh, like
But it'd be
eyes on
Bucky
your
with his
shoulder?
long hair though.
Yes.
Dude, but
Prime
Bucky with
Bucky.
with the long hair though is nasty. He looks sick with that with the goggles set up too.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
So honestly, a little bit of a spoiler for the other three that we got more footage of. I think that one's probably my highest yay out of the other two that we got more footage of.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't really know too much about Shang-Chi, and honestly,
Same. I didn't even know he was a thing.
I hate to say it, and well, I'll say it now. For the Eternals, to be honest, for my year and it's honestly kind of like a meh. Even seeing the footage, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I know some of these actors, but at the same time, I don't know. It's just the least one that I'm pumped for. You know, everything else Black Widow. I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. I know her.
Wait,
You're
so Black
Shang-Chi.
Widow's
The
sterile?
action looks sick.
Yeah, dude.
She is?
Yeah,
no,
that
they,
was part of her
they,
agent process.
Tell us that in the
that
second
sucks.
Avengers movie.
Right.
Age of
That's
Ultron.
sad. Oh, maybe they'll go more into that whole thing of basically making her.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will.
But so yeah, but I don't know. Eternals is just kind of falling flat for me. But so
Yeah.
far, I think Black Widow is going to be a solid yay for me.
I think it's gonna be
See,
good.
dude,
So
I'm
then-
already getting more excited for it now.
We already pretty
Same,
much
yeah,
we already pretty much
yeah.
said the Shang-Chi stuff. What about the Eternal footage that we saw?
I'm excited for Angelina Jolie. Love her.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that guy that just got yoked out of nowhere. What's his name?
The Indian dude. I
Yeah.
forgot his name.
Oh, Camilo or something like that. I
That
forget
guy
his
got
name.
ripped.
He got
So,
yoked.
Kamanjari or something
I'm
like that.
excited for him. I'm kind of in the same boat as you, Drew. I'm not really sure of what we're getting. I don't really know what's to come. So I guess I'm at a meh.
Mhm.
I'm at
That's
a
me.
meh. Not really nay or a yay, but just a meh.
For me, I don't know what to expect. Because, I don't know anything about these characters.
What was the date for that?
Are they god beings or something? Because I could have
Yeah,
sworn
that's
I
what
saw
they're godlike
something
beings.
that.
They're
Isn't it September or August that's supposed to come
it's
out?
gonna be
Or November?
it's going to be November 5th, 2021.
Oh, okay. But, because I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't really know what to expect. But prove me wrong. Because I'm not very, hyped about it. Just because, I don't know what's going on with these dudes. But it's coming from the MCU, though. So it's got to be good. And
Yeah.
they're doing it for a reason. So I would go Schmeh.
Oh, schmeh.
Ooh,
Two mez and a schmeh.
Tomatoes, man.
Wow.
I'm gonna give it a yay, just because it's just something new, and we already had the news of Spider-Man and Black Widow's coming out, blah blah. There's something new. I'm very interested to see what they do. I'm glad that they're not stretching anything out. They're deciding to jump into something that they haven't done before, and I think that this could definitely open more doors for the MCU. So I'm gonna go with yay. And I'm gonna say that it's not a confident yay. It's also not I don't know. It's more or less just yay. I'm ready for it. Yay.
All right, so next we're going to go into a little bit of rapid fire news. We got an official title for Black Panther, the next Black Panther movie, which will be coming out, as well as a release date. We also got that. It's going to be coming out on July 8th, 2022. And the official title is going to be Wakanda Forever. How do you guys feel about that?
I'll tell you right now, yay. For sure.
Yeah, that's a
I-
yay.
I'm so excited, but I wonder who they're going to put.
Yeah.
Who they're
What the heck's
What's
going
gonna go
on
on,
here?
dude? But
What
I
is
have to
going
admit
on
though, if they pull out something
Shuri?
from under us and give us Shuri, dude, I would be so happy. See
Yeah,
Shuri,
that'd be cool.
That would
That'd
be
be cool.
real good.
I'll be down.
I think she earned it,
Or just if
based on her roles and stuff.
Killmonger came back.
Killmonger.
If he
Michael B.
can.
Jordan, that'd be dope.
That'd be wild.
That'd be cool if he
What do you
takes it
think?
over. Just if they do another guy,
Yeah.
it has to be him.
Oh, yay or nay? It's a yay. I wasn't the
title?
biggest fan of the first Black Panther. I thought they, especially with the suit and the eyes, I think they missed that completely. The
You
action
should have just
was
left the suit to where it wasn't
Yeah.
so
so.
CGI'd.
Yeah,
But
all the detail.
I
I know
know
it was time. It was time based. They had to.
Yeah.
they I know for sure they're gonna correct whatever they negativity they get. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a yay, and I hope Kevin Hart is the new Black Panther.
Whoa.
Nice.
That's a pretty good pick.
Isn't he
Short King,
how
Black
tall
Panther.
is he?
Oh, I
He's
love it,
5'6",
dude.
5 something.
Yeah,
That's
Short
nice.
King
I thought he
Black
was shorter.
Panther. I'm
He
so
might
down
be.
for it.
I think he's 5'4", 5'5".
Yeah, ain't he?
Dude, yay, bro. Big yay.
All right.
Big yay.
Cool. Way to go. Yours. All right, cool.
Big yay.
So next one, we're going to talk about the new Captain Marvel movie. Again, we got the new official title, The Marvels. So I'm assuming it's going to be a mixture of Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel. You know, that sort of thing going on.
Okay.
The release date is going to be November 11th, 2022.
Whoa, okay, next year.
So, yay or nay on the title, on what we're getting? What do you
The Marvels, nay. I'm gonna come on and say nay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Captain Marvel's got to prove me wrong. I did not like her that much of what we've seen, so
Hey,
maybe we'll see. But I'm gonna plant my feet in the ground on this one.
I'm gonna give it a yay, because I think Miss Marvel's character is very interesting. I'm very curious to see what what they're gonna do with her in the movie.
Of that?
Yeah, it's Miss Marvel. That's why I'm saying, because look at the title. It's Captain Marvel, but then her S, it's from Miss Marvel.
Plus, that's the chick from WandaVision. Is it? Is she also part of that?
I think they're gonna include her.
You mean the one who becomes Photon.
Sword.
The one who becomes Photon. Yeah, that's a good point too. Another reason for a yay.
All right, I'm a man.
She was pretty cool.
Oh man,
she was pretty cool.
All right, John.
I would say
it's a yay for me, by the way.
I would say a yay for me, because I'm gonna say I'm excited for Photon, and then I'm excited for Miss Marvel, but Captain America, I don't know. She's a little cocky.
Yeah,
Well,
Captain America is so cocky.
No, Captain Marvel. All right, see you guys. I'm out.
I do think Captain Marvel is cocky, rightfully so though.
Wait, what was it? Yay or nay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a yay. Just in the direction they're going, it's hard for them to miss right now. Even if the movie isn't to what its expectations are, it's probably gonna be a yay anyways. I'm excited to see what they go with next. Like I said, it's something new. We did get Captain Marvel movie, but that was kind of like a prequel. It wasn't really like set in this time, so I'm interested to see what happens next. I would love to see more of Ms. Danvers and Photon, and
sure. I'm
I
also
thought they were
hyped
gonna give her a show
for Miss Marvel and
Miss Marvel.
Yeah, right.
But I'm assuming based on the title, they'll probably throw her in there.
Photon,
yeah, Photon.
Yeah, dude, I feel like she's gonna be pretty sick too.
Yeah.
Alrighty, cool. Yay or nay? You said yay?
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Alright,
Photon's
cool.
also just a fire name though.
That is a sick name.
We got two more. We'll rapid fire these because I pretty much know your answers, but these are going to be unreal. So we have Ant-Man and Wasp, Quantumania, and we got a release date. It's going to be February 17th on 2023. What do you guys think? Does everybody?
At
the same time.
Of course.
Yay!
Collective yay!
Right,
Collective
cool.
yay!
Very, very exciting one. And then the last one we have on the list is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We got the release date for that one. It's going to be May 5th in 2023. So once again, everybody all together.
Can I get another
yay?
Dude, yeah.
Wait. Let's try and get it on a chord. Let's try and get the note ready. Yay! Try. Alright, cool. So that's the Marvel stuff that we got going on.
Well, and then also we did get an official date for Spider-Man though.
Exactly. As
so
well.
December 17th, 2021. That is coming up.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's that it's supposed to be like Christmas based, and we still don't know a lot. Everything's a lot of speculation.
They're like really keeping this thing under wraps, man.
So the fact that they dropped an official date, dude, I love the timing on that
dude,
one.
But the colors of it too, the old blue and red. Woo boy! All right,
that's gonna be interesting.
All right. So that's we have some more news to get into as well. We have Green Lantern has just been cast. He's been so they're gonna make an HBO Max series of Green Lantern. He's been cast by a man of the name Finn Wittrock. He's appeared in American Horror Story. For those of you who haven't watched it, I'm not too sure exactly what he's done else, but I do know he's a big role in that series.
Yeah.
He sounds. What do you guys think? What do you think?
After seeing like the guy, because I don't really know who he is, but I'm just glad that they're kind of getting the wheels turning on the show, because I know that they've been talking about it. Like that's the thing with DC, right? They just talk, and nothing really happens.
They really take.
But the fact that they're casting now, so that's a good sign. So I'm gonna say, a hesitant yay, because I just could see this like getting canceled or just not getting off the ground. But
Yeah.
I say yay. I think it's good that they're starting to cast now. So
And like that's the other thing that's been going on with DC too is like they'll come out with these shows and it's either going for like a season or it'll go like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So
Well, let me ask something real
So
quick.
you said yay, right?
Yeah.
This isn't like a CW.
No,
this is HBO Max.
HBO Max.
So does this have
So
to
it's
do
gonna
with
be
the
a
storylines, or
big
is this
budget.
just its own thing?
I don't know.
It might, you
Yeah.
know, and so I was gonna get into that. That's gonna be my like sort of yay or nay. That's my soft sort of like yay, but like mainly because I mean DC's, you know, it's almost like a Frankenstein sort of thing. Like it's like it lives, you know, like
Yeah.
DC's coming back to
Yeah.
life. Like
Yeah.
it's slowly coming up from out of the grave and it's slowly growing. But like we don't know what it is, you know, we
Yeah.
don't know how they're gonna handle it. So like it's a yay to see that there's like life in it, that they're growing
Yeah.
it, they're, you know, doing things with DC, but soft yay because
don't know
I don't
anything
I
about
don't
it.
know.
Yeah, that's why I'm at.
And I
How
would
about
like
you?
to see Kyle Rayner too.
Yeah.
What about you?
But I would say yeah.
So, yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna actually say nay.
Oh.
I'm gonna say nay for this because I don't know who the guy is. I don't know who he is. If it was part of like what's going on now, I would say yay. But the fact is, if I don't know what this is, I don't know if it has to do with anything. I'd much rather just see him in a movie. I'd much rather just see a movie of somebody and incorporate him into the actual, was it DCEU?
Right.
I'm gonna go. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change it to May. I'm gonna go May because you know what? Like, if this doesn't relate to anything DC at all,
Then it's an A.
it's out the window for me. But
Yeah,
if
sure.
it incorporates it and it does pretty good, because I mean, for Marvel, they made movies and then they put in TV shows, and then DC was like, you know what? We've made like 2 good ones, TV show. It's like, no, come on, like. Give me a May for now. I don't know who this guy is.
All right, cool.
Bring back Ryan Reynolds.
All right, so last piece
got
of
that.
yay or nay news, because we still got stuff to talk about. We're gonna talk about Morbius, which was a Spider-Man spin-off. He's a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
He's a vampire.
See.
It got delayed once again.
Keep in mind this is a Sony product.
Right.
Yeah.
This is
This is a
not
Sony
nothing
product.
involved with Marvel or
like
Marvel
Disney.
Studios or
Yeah.
Oh, this is just Sony?
this is Sony.
Yes,
This,
it's on
this,
Sony.
is,
Sony's
this is
thing.
Sony, but
Okay.
Morbius is is a Marvel character.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's supposed to be with
So-
Jared Leto,
but
and
he's
it got
more of
pushed
a-
back for the 5th time.
Yeah.
So I don't care about this movie. So nay.
I'm gonna give it a solid nay too. Like that's
Yeah.
kind of whack, dude. Like
Yeah.
figure it out. You know.
Yeah. 5 times. 5 times.
It's a bad sign. I hate
Come
to
on,
say
son.
it, but it's
And
a
it's
bad
also
sign.
like give a villain give a villain, I would say, kind of like Venom caliber. Like give that guy a couple badass movies. That's fine. But this dude,
Morbius?
just a vampire.
Come on, son.
I don't care about this. Nay.
Last one.
It's like a hopeful nay. Because
Shmi.
I just,
Schmay?
like,
Is Schmay?
I mean, it's Marvel, which is cool, but the fact that it doesn't
It's
have
not.
anything to do with anything, well, he's a
It's
Marvel
not-
character.
Oh yeah, but it's
Yeah.
It's,
It's like Sony.
I didn't say MCU, I said it's Marvel.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
There you go. Come on. Listen. Okay,
Come
so,
on, son.
I don't know. I have no idea, truthfully. This is just like a, I don't know. Like, this is just gonna, and I like Jared Leto. Listen, I like Jared Leto. Whatever happened to him in DC with Suicide Squad and his Joker sucks. I do want him to get kind of like a rebound and come back into it. I'm pretty sure that dude won an Oscar too somewhere in his life, so I know he's a pretty good actor. I think it was for Dallas Buyers Club or something
Probably
like that.
did.
Yeah.
So I know he's a good actor. It's a hopeful nay for me. I hope that he just kind of proves us wrong and gives us something good. Because I have no idea what this thing is, so I'm just not really gonna dive.
Yeah, but Sony just pisses me off, and the fact that their movie got delayed 5 times is pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
But speaking of Sony, we're gonna go ahead and get into our video game stuff. Good segue. But now Sony just announced that Discord will be coming to PS5.
Whoa.
So that means it's getting closer, slowly inching to the PC realm. You know, everybody on PC, that's a big thing for PC
Yeah.
users. Discord. What do you guys
Trying to-
think about that?
Trying to connect everybody. I think it's good news. Like, I'm trying to be an Xbox guy as best as I can, and I'm still pretty down on the Xbox Series X, but I just hope that it goes the Xbox way. And I like that they're going to PS5 first, because maybe it goes to like Xbox.
So for those,
Yeah.
real quick though, for those of you guys that, or everybody listening, what do you all play on?
Xbox.
Xbox.
Which one?
Xbox.
Series X?
Xbox One.
No.
Report. I can't find Series X right now. Anyways. Everything's sold out.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
I'm not gonna buy it for $1,000 either.
PC guy, so all right. Anything?
Yeah, no. This is big for me personally because this is kind of like one of the big things that I was looking for. Cause like I'm very attracted to all these like PS5 games that are coming out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I really want to play them, but I still want to talk to the boys though. And Discord is a great way to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Makes it easier for sure.
Especially since a lot of things are going cross-platform at this point. Like
exactly.
It's
yeah. No, like Call of Duty, Destiny, all these games are doing it. So it's really not gonna like affect anybody at this point.
Right.
Yeah. But
Dom, any feelings on it?
Not really, to be honest. Especially, I mean, I'm an Xbox kid. Pretty much played Xbox my whole life. So, in my opinion, I think this is a good step towards making everything more cross. I don't know why things aren't more cross-compatible, cross-platform, because I just think that's the way to go now. But in my opinion, I don't really care, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't really affect me at all. I mean, I just hop in an Xbox party. That's it. I mean, I'm chill with that.
All right, cool. So next thing we're going to talk about is the Apex update. It's going to come out tomorrow on May 4th as well. Just like that.
Stuff happening on May 4th.
The whole 3v3 thing is coming out.
Yeah.
The new Legend is coming out.
Ooh, Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Dude, that girl looks
so after seeing her and what she can do, what do you guys think?
Dude, I feel like they're gonna nerf her pretty quick.
That's true.
I for sure would love to play as her.
Dude, like
because she looks sick. Like she looks like War Machine.
She plays as like a Gundam, dude. She flies around like drops missiles.
Yeah. I've already tried to like update my I can't. I tried to download mine. And I'm pretty hyped for this update because I'm down for this 3v3ness.
That too. I think that's more of a big one for me. Like the Legend is a little bit like it's just kind of like extra spice on top. Yeah, but like that 3v3, that's gonna
spicy.
be fun.
Yeah. So I'm down for this 3v3 because I was telling Dom the other day it's gonna let me get more comfortable with trying out different people because I already told him that I am kind of not scared but just overwhelmed in a sense with all the different things. So I feel like when you get like close and like comfortable with a what are they called?
Legends.
Operator? Yeah. That like the game's probably like more fun. But yeah.
Tell them what you tell them every time, Dom. What mode is there that you can fix that?
Dude, there's a training mode that you can literally get into. I'm telling you, it's a big smoke screen.
Figure it out.
It's a big smoke screen.
Training mode.
People think that it's difficult. It's really not. It's
dude, but it does. Like for someone that has no idea, when you look at all the things, it for sure looks complicated compared to other battle royales.
It does, but you have to play it though to learn it.
Yeah, but it's not easy. Like the learning curve isn't easy compared to other battle royales.
I don't know.
No, like,
I caught in quick.
Like testing out the character's abilities, like in game, is a lot different than doing it in like a training session.
I do have to admit though, like
because like every character feels fine.
Had
when you're going against bots.
Had Bree like not shown me like how things work and like what things do, like I probably would have been a little bit more lost on your end. But like once this update drops, I am gonna give it like an honest try, and like try to like get used to the different things. I'm gonna go into the training.
I think it's gonna take. I think it's gonna be relatively quick because I'm telling you, like the thing that looks complicated is like the different kind of like ammunition and weapons. But like kind of like once you figure that out, especially when you just kind of find a certain type of ammunition or certain type of weapon type that you like, it's pretty relatively easy just dropping in and.
For the times that I've played in, like I literally didn't do that training thing, and I just went in with Buddy. Shout out Budster. And we were just kind of in the training mode for like 2 minutes, just shooting guns, and then we just went in. And like I didn't like try to learn anything. I was like, all right, I'm gonna pick this guy because he looks cool, and like that's it. So this time I'm gonna have a more different approach on it.
Yeah, for sure. Gonna do a full dive on this one.
Full dive for sure.
Yeah, because I kind of did the same thing with Buddy too.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's buddy, tell me.
The
I'll
game,
follow you around.
The game is a lot smoother than.
Is this gun good, buddy?
That's how I was with Bree. I was
buddy,
like,
what's up with this gun? Can I use it?
Guys, I need my girlfriend to teach me how to play this game, please.
Alright.
And then that's how because I remember I played Apex a while ago. I only played it like once, and I didn't really give it that chance. When I came back to it, I got a much better appreciation for it because I actually took the time to be like, well, what do I like in this game? What do I like to do in this game?
I didn't.
You see, and then for somebody that, Warzone is stale. It's a piece of garbage. It's stupid.
It's hot garbage, dude. It is.
Yeah.
It is literally that
It's a mess.
Dude, and I don't like how it just keeps getting all this hype still, and it keeps getting all these streamers playing it. Like, streamers, stop playing it. Like, all these famous streamers, stop playing it. That's how you delete this game.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
but I mean, like,
it's still too popular.
Dude, it's way too popular for how shitty that game is and how much hate it gets.
Well, that's the things that like.
But it's just popular.
I mean, it's so stale because you drop it in Warzone. It's like, all right, guys, like get $10,000, buy a loadout, do the same thing over and over again.
Try not to get killed by sweats who already have their loadies.
Yeah.
Or hackers.
Yeah.
Or hackers, or glitches,
Jesus.
whatever it is.
Or glitches.
But Apex...
I saw the most egregious glitch. Did you see that? I don't know if you saw it, but so there's like a shack. I'm not too sure exactly where in the map it is, but it's one of those shacks that look kind of similar to the short ones that have like 2 doors and a window, and you can come in. Sometimes there's a chest in there, there's like a shelf in there, and it's usually like one of those where you can just like hop in or whatever.
Okay.
But it's a version of those, but they're closed. Like, you can't get in those. It's just sealed off. Mm-hmm. But if you jump straight towards the window, you could go straight through the window. And it's and like that glitch where you're in the walls.
Yeah.
Like, almost
or
underneath
like
the air...
going under prison.
It's the same thing, where, like, you can shoot them and you're invisible.
Like, a couple days ago.
It's ridiculous, dude. It's insane.
At prison. Why is that still a thing?
Why does that keep happening? Why does that keep happening is the thing. Like, that doesn't make sense.
And that's where I'm saying,
like, rose skin's not there.
Like, you don't run into this type of stuff with Apex. It's a whole new skin. Like, every game is pretty much new, and that's the thing I liked. Like, going back to the Black Ops 4 days, you picked a character that you liked and you used it. That's pretty much how it is in Apex. I mean,
then isn't Apex more centered around like trying to win instead of like the typical kill race? Like, I know we talked about it a little bit last podcast, but it's like, I mean, there are after playing it,
like, there's some people that go
like, it's more gratifying to just try and win.
Well, that's literally what it is that, like...
Because in Warzone, it isn't even about winning.
No, it's not. Not even their tournaments are about winning. It's about kills. And that's where Apex just kind of takes it for me now, is that Warzone, like, I know out of 15 games I'm going to play, I'm probably going to have about 4 or 5 good ones, maybe, which is not a good percentage, but I know in Apex, I know I'm going to pretty much get top 10 almost every time. And it's
pretty good.
The maps are smooth, the gameplay is smooth. The characters, I'm telling you, there's just a big smoke screen there. Once you just kind of like just go through it, everything gets a lot smoother. It gets a lot funner, and it's definitely not as stressful. It's definitely not as annoying. It actually feels good to play video games. Like, it's not like that.
I feel like there's less hackers.
I don't think I
can't say that I've ever been into a game where there's a hacker, to be honest.
Maybe it's just that the lobbies are so much smaller that it's easier to like kind of...
How small are they?
Weed them out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a total of 50 squads?
But everybody 50? That I've been killed by, it's
less than that.
50 of 3, right?
How much is it?
In a map, I think in every game that drops in, there's only like 70 people.
Yeah, it's
like the game.
It's like
65 people.
Yeah.
Does it feel like a big maps?
No, it doesn't.
So there's like
and the storm doesn't kill you instantly.
20 something squads.
And the storm doesn't.
I'm actually really excited for this Apex update because I'm for sure down to.
Yeah, and the storm, you don't have to worry about the storm to the end because it's not like the gas in Warzone where like if you get caught in it, you're dead instantly, and you just have to worry about really just other players. They really try and get you to focus on, and it's also a big team game too. So if you're playing as characters that complement each other very well, that like everything will just gel really smoothly. It gets in really nice, and it's just smooth gameplay. There's really not a time where I've logged off of Apex, like, man, fuck this game, I don't want to play it anymore. I do that all the time in Warzone, but there isn't... Usually at the end of my gaming sessions, I'm just kind of like...
every time for Warzone for
me.
I'm like, oh, why do you even turn this on?
And then, like I
go back and play Destiny.
I feel like Apex is also the type of game where, like, I'll see the kill cam, and I'll be like, oh, he got me good.
It's like, that guy just
like, that was legit.
Me.
Like, he was just solid, or he got a good angle on me. Like, that's cool. Mm-hmm. It's not like Warzone where I'm like, dude, I hit him. Like, I see even... like.
But it's also, like just like why, and also like just tell me how. Just tell me how, because it doesn't make sense the way this person just killed me.
And you can record it and look back, and you're just like, that's
and every gun feels pretty bound. I don't think there's a meta in Apex. I mean, sometimes people are just nasty with certain guns, but there isn't something where like, oh, I have to get this. Like I saw it, I have to get it.
If you don't have that, then
there's nothing really like that, because in Warzone, especially, like, it's so broken. Why is the car a one shot down as a marksman rifle, but the HDR I can just break armor with it? What does that make? That makes zero sense in my opinion. It doesn't make any sense. Their whole thing is off in Warzone. Everything is off. The big thing there was they just put Modern Warfare in front of it, and that's what made people buy it. And same thing with Black Ops Cold War, and that game flopped in my opinion. That game was trash. And Vanguard sounds like it's gonna be trash.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's gonna be time to start branching out into other games.
UFC. Somebody fight me in that game.
Siege.
Ooh, Siege.
Oh, speaking of Siege, on May the 4th as well, for whatever reason, other companies
coming out.
did not respect May the 4th.
It's like, dude, don't you know I'm going to be watching Star Wars all day tomorrow?
Well,
come on.
There's, real quick, there's a Doomsday heist. It's not a heist, it's an event. It's called Apocalypse. And basically, it's going to be like a skin of Bomb. If you guys have played Siege, if there's Bomb, you have to defuse it. The other team has to defend it. But there's like little twists and turns to this. It's kind of like a nice little fun pace. So if you're tired of playing the casual, you're tired of playing the ranked, it'll be really, really cool as well. And that's all I have to say about that. If you're big on Siege, update your Siege and get on that. And speaking of the Bad Batch coming out, because May the 4th, I'm going to mention this because we're on the video game topic. If you are on Xbox, specifically Xbox One and Series X, they did add an FPS upgrade to Battlefront 2, so everything looks really, really nice now.
Oh,
so,
yeah, that's right. That's
so if you want to get in the Star Wars mood again, ready for Bad Batch, which I'm gonna tonight. I played Capital Supremacy last night for 2 hours.
Damn, that was just like
2 hours. One game, yeah. But I played it for 2 hours straight, and you can see things a lot clearer. And I noticed it for just little examples. When I was playing in Felucia with a commando, like you could really see the mud and the dirt on the armor, but the armor shines really well, and especially as a jet trooper in Camino because it's raining. Everything is like pretty clear. It's pretty nice, and it's just right around the right time to get back into it because the Bad Batch is coming out. So Xbox players out there and other PC and PS4, PS5 players, hop on, get back into it. You know,
it's crazy to me how I just want to say real quick. It's crazy to me how much that game has evolved from like how it first came out. It was just an absolute dumpster fire.
It
just
was
DLC like
it just came around.
Pay to win.
It was like EA. It was a real EA game. Yeah,
and it just evolved into something that's still like so fun now. You know, and so much content for free at this point.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that they're still supporting it with an update like this, like a graphical update, it's so cool. You know, and it's such a good game right now. Like it's so good. So if you haven't played it, you're sleeping on it, dude. Come on, like go play it. Like there's so many good game types. Yeah, and if you have Game Pass, you get exactly.
And it's so good. There's different game modes because if you don't want to mess around with the clone era, hop in the rebellion area, hop in the resistance area, play Supremacy, play Galactic Assault, and you could even play heroes versus villains.
Ooh,
you could even
2v2.
You could even fly in space too. It's come a long way, and after watching TV show Clone Wars, Capital Supremacy is where it's at.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
especially with the clones.
Playing all the
it's clones
different. It's clones. It's different, and the gameplay is really smooth, and it's a great way to move your sticks. Seriously, like your reaction times get really good in that game.
And if you don't get to be a clone, back out.
Back out.
Yeah, back out.
Back out.
Actually, I haven't been backing out. I've been playing as the.
But it's fun to play as like those freaking droids sometimes because it's got that guy that's got the sword.
Yeah, that guy's sick. I like playing as that guy.
And then the ball droid.
Yeah.
And they add like extra characters that you could buy for more credits. You earn credits in game, like for every kills or everything you get. So you don't always play as a clone trooper. You could play as a jet trooper, a commando, an ARC trooper.
There's like a buy system.
You could play as Jedis, yeah. So it's really good. Hop into it. Xbox players, new FPS upgrade, and get ready for May the 4th. We have to. You have to assign something for us.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're pretty much.
We're out of time, fellas. No,
all right,
that's it.
Actually, we're doing really good on time. But
Yeah,
so
we're
we're already at our last topic of the pod, which is sick. But like, so I'm gonna be professor of next week. And so I already had something in mind for everybody. Something that came out recently, but we haven't even talked about it because I mean, not to say we're not big fans of it, but like we just. We haven't really seen it. We haven't really talked about it. It's been out. It's in theaters as well. But this week, I'm going to assign Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat!
The movie, Mortal Kombat. The one on HBO Max. So we're all going to go ahead and take a look at it, see what we think.
Yeah.
I'll come back with some questions.
I'm actually very happy that you assigned that because I was low-key wanting to watch that one. So
yeah,
I've been meaning to watch it too.
Didn't they, give that one... a couple more sequels already, right?
Right, yeah.
So that they're planning to do a couple more.
The main actor who's playing Sub-Zero, supposedly, this is a rumor, but supposedly he's already signed on for 4 more movies.
Oh, wow.
So this might be a big franchise, So who knows?
It could be.
I've heard a lot of things as well. Like I've heard that the action's good, but everything else is kind of meh.
Dominated the gaming area for a long time, and when Mortal Kombat X came out, that trailer was fire.
Oh yeah.
So. I mean, this could be really good. I'm not a big fan of gore, to be honest, and I know Mortal Kombat is pretty
gory. Yeah, it's like it's staple.
But I'm willing to give it a try. I'm open for some good action and
especially a video game movie.
So it's a video game movie, and
we want these to do well.
The characters are very iconic. I mean, Sub-Zero is
Scorpion.
And Scorpion.
Jax.
I will say in the trailer when he said get over here.
That was a little forced to me. That was a little forced.
It didn't sound good to me. It sounded
it sounds more like a game. That's what they try to go for.
Don't try to implement and force all these in-game lines. Where it doesn't make sense for a movie. So I hope there's not too much of that.
If they do, just try to blend it in.
And better. Be
supernatural about it.
In the game, when he yells "Get over here," I actually I think that's cool. But when I heard it in the trailer, it didn't sound good to me. I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, that's like what I'm hoping that they don't do too much of.
But I'm pretty excited to give it a go. It's not really. It's kind of up our alley in terms of what we enjoy, but it's not really something I've dove into. So I'm excited for these new horizons.
Alrighty, cool. So anybody else have anything else to add on? Any additions?
The other BuzzBoys.
Oh yeah.
Suck it.
Yeah, we're
just in case you guys forgot.
Yeah.
So. Jeez.
Yeah, and so we're still beefing with them.
Also, real quick at the end because it is May the 4th tomorrow. Everybody, please have a great Star Wars week. I mean,
watch some Star Wars.
Watch some Star Wars movies.
Watch it tomorrow. Come on. If you're at work, just put it on your phone. Listen to it.
If you haven't seen Clone Wars, watch it.
Or you know what I like to do every May 4th is watch Revenge of the Sith.
Oh,
I like to just rewatch that movie.
Right.
Very nice. Alrighty, cool. So, other than that, I just want to finish off by recapping. We will be continuing the Pokemon openings because we do have a lot more cards this time. We were having a hard time finding them, but now we have some. So the next, we're going to be stacked for Pokemon cards. So we're going to start doing that in every opening.
Hopefully we get a Grail.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Yeah. Wish us the best.
Watch us lose our shit.
So now we also need to get our question. Anybody have a question for everybody? What do you think? Because I kind of have one, but if you guys...
No, yours.
Alrighty, so tell us next week... what do you think of our pools for Pokemon if you're into Pokemon?
Yeah.
But B, what do you think we're going to get next time on our Pokemon pool? Because this is going to be barely our second time doing it.
Charizard,
now that you guys are seeing it, give us a prediction. Maybe you're going to call something. For the record, we can pull shinies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what else? What else can we pull?
The VMAX and Mega Evolutions as well.
Yes, exactly.
That's what we're looking for.
And for those of you,
we're trying to look for the Megas and then VMAX.
Yeah.
And real quick, for those of you who are into the Pokemon scene, what series are we pulling from?
We are actually pulling from Shining Fates. We have 4 of those, and then I got this other box that has it in assortment. So I believe it's Cosmic Eclipse Evolutions,
from Sun and Moon.
Yeah, and then 2 Sword and Shield base sets.
Yeah.
So that one just covers all the Sword and Shield ones.
And that last one is the one we just pulled from.
Well, yeah.
So we will be continuing. We will be continuing to pull from that box.
Yeah.
So for those of you who know.
Random.
But otherwise, remember, guys, go ahead and follow us on Instagram. We're really heating up on the TikTok.
Yeah.
It's again going to be BuzzBoys00 on everything. So go ahead and check us out. We're going to be posting pretty often. We're getting a little bit better at it more and more. Definitely on the TikTok for sure, and the Instagram's heating up as well.
Then our picture is still Buttswole.
Yeah,
we're still working.
We have to work on a logo.
We gotta get a logo. Yeah.
That's on the agenda for next week.
Alrighty, cool. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna close it off by saying thanks for listening to the Buzz and the Boys Talk.
Ooh, it gets smoother every time.
Damn, girl.
Thank you guys.
Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye. See you next week.